So welcome back to the new session of IC engines. So today we are going to see in this session about diesel cycle and four-stroke diesel engine. So as we have discussed, the internal combustion engines are classified into two, four-stroke and two-stroke. Under each category of spark ignition and combustion ignition engines, spark ignition engine and Otto cycle we have discussed in the last lecture, and today we are going to see the diesel cycle and the four strokes of diesel engines and the difference between spark ignition and combustion ignition engines. So right away we will go to the lecture. So the diesel cycle was invented by Rudolf Diesel. Formulated the diesel cycle comprises of four different processes. He was a native of Paris, so he was employed as a refrigerator engineer. But his true love was in the engine design. So he published a paper describing an engine with combustion within a cylinder. You know that the cylinder combustion is taking place inside the cylinder, right? That is the internal combustion engine. So he filed a patent in 1894 for his new invention, the diesel engine, an engine which is fueled with diesel. So diesel was almost killed by his engine when it exploded. You know, during experimentation, that his engine exploded and he was almost killed. However, his engine was the first that proved that fuel could be ignited without a spark. See, he did not stop his mentality of try. He operated his first successful engine in 1897. So the major difference as highlighted in this page is the ignition in a diesel engine is merely by compression and injecting the fuel at the end of combustion stroke, not by a spark as in the case of a spark ignition or gasoline engine. So gasoline, as you know, is another name for petrol. So this was his hall or laboratory of experiments. You can see his first diesel engine also there. So these are the four different processes in a diesel cycle. Four thermodynamic processes in a diesel cycle. Similar to the Otto cycle, the first process is same, isentropic compression. The second one is different, constant pressure heat addition, isobaric heat addition. The heat is added at constant pressure instead of constant volume. Then the similar process expansion is taking place reversibly and adiabatically, that is isentropic. Then finally the heat is rejected again at a constant volume. You can see the pressure, volume and temperature entropy diagrams of diesel cycle here. So the difference from the Otto cycle is this process 2 to 3 is a horizontal line instead of a vertical line. That means it is a constant pressure process. The heat addition is a constant pressure process instead of a constant volume process. Similarly, the temperature entropy diagram is also drawn here. So in this lecture about diesel cycle, I will be discussing only the ideal case. I will not be showing you the actual case. If you want to learn that, you can do it by yourself, because it is already explained in the last lecture of Otto cycle. It is pretty similar. Okay, so here we will be discussing only the four strokes. We won't be discussing the four processes in the thermodynamic, a diesel cycle. Okay, you can note down this PV and TS diagrams right away from here, or you can get it from any of the standard textbooks which describes about air standard cycles. So this is a diesel engine. The only difference here you can see is the replacement of the spark plug with the injector. Fuel injector is placed in the place of a spark plug. Okay, the other parts like inlet valve, exhaust valve, piston, connecting rod, combustion chamber, crankshaft, all the parts remain the same except the injector. spark plug is replaced by the fuel injector. These are the four strokes. The intake stroke, another difference, notable difference is during the intake stroke in a spark ignition engine, air fuel mixture was taken into the combustion chamber, right? So here in the case of a diesel engine, only air will be taken into the engine cylinder. So during the combustion stroke, the air will be compressed to a very high pressure and temperature, and nearing the end of compression, the fuel injector will initiate the fire by injecting the fuel into the compressed air, and that will result in spontaneous burning of the air fuel mixture, and it will try to expand. The combustion products will try to expand, will result in expansion stroke, and we will get the power. The engine will deliver the power output. And the final one is exhaust stroke. We will see the strokes one by one. So here you can see intake, compression. At the end of the combustion stroke, you can see the fuel injection, power, and exhaust. These are the four strokes here: intake, compression, fuel, power, and exhaust. Okay, so this is a animated view of the diesel engine, a single cylinder diesel engine. So what will happen to the piston and the valves during the different strokes? During intake stroke, as you know, intake valve will be in the opened position, exhaust valve remains closed, piston travels from top dead center to bottom dead center. As a result of vacuum created inside, the inlet valve will be automatically opened and air will be sucked into the combustion chamber. And then the piston, after reaching the bottom dead center during the combustion stroke, as a result of the crank rotation, it will start moving its journey towards the top dead center, back to top dead center from the bottom dead center. Then temperature and pressure of the air, the working medium, increases, and nearing the end of compression, the fuel will be injected using the fuel injector, and as a result of that, combustion will be taking place. The combustion products will try to exert pressure on the top of the piston, and as a result of that, expansion of the gases will be taking place. The piston again will move from TDC to BDC. Both the valves remain closed during this power stroke, and the engine will deliver power output through the crankshaft, through the connecting rod and the crankshaft. And during the exhaust stroke, again the piston will move from bottom to top dead center, and during which the exhaust valve alone will be opened and the combustion products will be expelled out through the exhaust valve. So these are the four strokes of the diesel engine working on a diesel cycle. So you can see the comparison here: spark ignition and compression ignition engines. The two differences are the air fuel mixture will be compressed in a gasoline engine, and a spark plug is used to ignite the mixture. But in the case of diesel engine, only air will be compressed during the combustion stroke, because only air is sucked in during the intake stroke, and at the end of compression, the fuel injector will start the ignition, right? The fuel will be injected nearing the combustion stroke. So if you look at the comparison, diesel engines operate at much higher compression ratio. We have seen the compression ratio in the very first class of the IC engines. So this is a ratio of the maximum to minimum volume. So diesel engines operate at much higher compression ratio because we need to get a very high pressure and temperature so that the fuel, when it is injected, should burn spontaneously. Instantaneously it should ignite and burn. The combustion should take place. So the diesel engines, since the combustion ratios are higher, they are usually more efficient than their counterparts spark ignition or gasoline engines. So the diesel engines also burn the fuel more completely, since they are usually operate at lower revolutions per minute. If you look at the automobiles, the tachometer in your cars, you can see the petrol engine powered vehicles will be having a higher RPM rating. At the same time, if you look at the diesel engines, the tachometer of their diesel engine powered vehicles, the RPM will be very less. And if you look at the specifications of such vehicles, you can see the power developed and the torque will be at a lower RPM. We can get a higher power or torque at lower RPM when compared to the petrol engine powered vehicles. Since the diesel engines burn the fuel more completely at lower RPM, and the air fuel mass ratio is much higher than spark ignition engines. The thermal efficiency of large diesel engines could be of the order of 35 to 40 percentage, but that of the spark ignition engines will be slightly less, around 10 percentage less than that of the diesel engines. So higher efficiency and lower fuel cost of diesel. Nowadays, diesel and gasoline are almost nearly some 3 to 5 rupees difference in India, but still higher efficiency make them attractive in applications requiring relatively large amounts of power, such as locomotive, emergency power generation DG sets, large ships, and heavy trucks. So, so it's also light in weight. So they use in places where power requirement is high. As an example of how large a diesel engine can be, a 12-cylinder diesel engine built in 64 by the Fiat Corporation of Italy. It had a normal power output of 18.8 megawatts or 25,200 horsepower. You see the RPM, 122 RPM at a very low RPM, which was having a cylinder bore of 90 centimeter. The diameter of the cylinder was 90 centimeter and a stroke of 91 centimeter. So if you look at the ships and all, they use diesel engines, runs at very low RPM, because ships do not need to take very high speeds, right? They need to move very slowly. So they can use such engines revving at lower RPM, but a higher power is required to propel it. So that's all about the diesel engine and the diesel cycle in the IC engine section. This is the working of a 4-cylinder. You can see the 4 different strokes are taking place at different times in the 4 cylinders timing. The timing belt controls that. So in the coming class, we will discuss about 2-stroke engines and the difference of 2-stroke engines from the 4-stroke, the construction features and the advantages and disadvantages. Till then, it's goodbye. Thank you.